Welcome to the Short Take with Jake, that's me, and Alex, my co-host.
I guess that's me.
I guess that is you.
I don't see why I can't use my real name.
Because they'll find you.
Who? What? Someone's after me. Wish you told me this.
I'm telling you now. How are you doing this week?
I mean, now I'm freaking out because I think someone's after me.
You feeling better after your
Yeah.
You said you had some problems last week.
Yeah, I'd really like to talk about them. with
Okay,
you.
let's move on.
Oh.
Episode 15.
Wowie, wow. That's like, so if you broke down, watch an episode all day, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Then you definitely have more days where you didn't listen to
In what, your life? Okay, yeah.
Every day of all time. There's a lot more. I don't know exact number, but there's a lot more where you wouldn't be listening to the podcast than you would. But at least 15 of those days.
You can listen to it again.
No, it's not the same.
No.
New one every week. Every day, even. Every day.
There is actually a new one every week, you know.
There is a new one every week.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Except for the weeks where we don't.
Yeah, apart from that time when we took a break by
Love
accident.
that. What did we watch? Oh, no.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to rush.
You're messing it up this
I really
time.
am. I'll leave it to you. I'll leave the hosting to you.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Alex, do you have a ditty for us?
Same ditty every week.
Same ditty every week.
You bring the hosting, I bring the ditty.
And you forgot what order it was in.
I did. I don't know. The ditty for this week is the same as every week. And it's, Short Take
You done?
with Alex and Jay. Why do you always... Patience is a virtue.
I knew you were going to do that.
Idiot.
This week,
Yeah.
episode 15.
Madness.
2 weeks on 1 day.
1-5.
I know. It's divisible by 5, isn't it? It's quite a nice number. Anyway, we looked at a little film. I would say not a little film, to be fair.
No.
I think it had quite a lot of those monies in it.
Budgets.
Yes. Called The Gunfighter.
Yeah.
Brackets, best short film ever.
Is that what it says on...
I don't think this is the person who made it. I think this is a
I hope it
re-upload.
is. I hope that's a bold move and I respect it.
I did actually just YouTube short films and this came up. You found it as well, didn't you?
I did, and I didn't pick it because I hated the thumbnail.
Yeah. I've seen this before.
Okay, I hadn't.
I didn't remember that I'd seen it before. But about, like, you know when you're like a bit into something, you're like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've seen it. I don't know when I've seen it.
Interesting.
Maybe it's, you know when they like pop up on Facebook sometimes?
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of them where it just randomly popped up at some point. So I've seen it before and then I saw it on YouTube. I was like, oh, this is cool. Watched it. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this before.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Well, I hope you remember some fun facts about it because I want to know how they got Nicholas Offerman to be in it.
My fun fact for this week is, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know how they did that.
Bitch. Absolute.
Shall I look it up on IMDb and see if they've got anything?
Well, first of all, what's the synopsis?
The synopsis, yeah, let's do that first.
Breaking all the conventions this week.
I know.
I don't like it.
So this is on YouTube,
Yeah.
but as we said, I think it's a re-upload.
Sounds like
So
it.
this is probably this guy's synopsis. In the tradition of classic westerns, a narrator sets up the story of a lone gunslinger who walks into a saloon. However, the people in this saloon can hear the narrator, and the narrator may just be a little bit bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
What'd you take of that? Should I see if there's a different one on?
It's fine. It's not
Here it is.
inaccurate.
Oh, they copy and pasted it from IMDb. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it was directed by Eric Kissett, who edited Pam and Tommy, apparently.
You're really throwing out... Well, Nick Hoffman's in that as well. You're really throwing out all the conventions of the podcast this week.
I know, I'm just doing stuff.
You haven't asked me.
I'll get around to it.
Wow.
He's not really done that much overall. He's directed a couple of TV episodes and stuff like that. But he's seems like more of an editor these days.
Interesting.
Edited 2 episodes of Pam and Tommy.
Nice.
23 episodes of The Good Place.
Nice. Gig.
And some other stuff. So, before we move on to our thoughts and opinions in short form, Alex, do you have a Alex Opsis for us?
I do. I don't know if I want to tell you, actually.
Alright, let's move on then.
Oh, hang on. My Alex Opsis of this one is, wow, it's like that one movie with Emma Thompson and Will Ferrell.
Anchorman.
No.
I don't know.
Stranger Than Jesus. I was going to say Stranger Than Fiction. That's the
Fiction.
porn. That's the porn parody. Stranger Than Fiction. It's
Not
about.
seen it.
It's where it's very good. It's about Emma Thompson's a writer. She's like a famous author, and she writes books where her characters always die at the end, and it's kind of why everyone reads them. It's like, how are they going to die? And then Will Ferrell is just some random dude who starts hearing her voice narrating his life, and it's because he's somehow the protagonist of her newest book.
Okay.
And so it becomes a thing of, is she going to kill him?
Yeah.
And he can just hear her narrating, and his life kind of becomes better because of it. It's a really nice little film.
Okay, that sounds cool.
It's quite funny as well.
Sounds interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Very similar.
There's no trivia on IMDb for this film, unfortunately.
Oh.
Very
so you know
sad.
nothing about this.
Yeah, for such a big film, it's quite weird that... I mean, I've just IMDb'd it, so like...
I would say it's not necessarily a big budget film. It's definitely got a really good production design going on. Because
I would say it's, just at a guess, I would say it's the highest budget we've reviewed.
Maybe. It definitely feels like it.
Yeah.
Feels the most professional.
They must have made that set, right?
Definitely. But then I think you have to remember in America there's so much open space you can just like...
Yeah, but
I
then
mean?
like there's so many characters, costumes.
Yeah, but then
all
there is
that kind of
also
stuff.
a very technically a limited amount. You're right, it definitely costs more than a lot of the ones we've
Yeah.
watched.
An extra question that we're going to start throwing in some weeks now.
Okay.
Short film or sketch?
I was just thinking that. It's a short film.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I would say.
I think it's because maybe it's a bit longer than a sketch.
I think one of the extra things that goes into a short film that potentially doesn't go into a sketch is the kind of the extra trimmings that you get on a short film. So like cinematography.
Yeah.
You kind of...
Yeah, we said that before, where like a sketch is kind of two people, and it would usually
one
be
location,
like just an
forth.
A and B, like just go.
Yeah. It has flow to it. It's got it's got a plot. It's got things like happening and reactions to it, and like it's not a sketch. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not a sketch.
I think there is a version of this that it's a sketch.
100%.
But it's not.
I think I've seen a version of this as a sketch. Obviously not exactly, not like a Western.
Wow, was Nick Offerman in it as well?
It was actually. It was Nick
Offerman. Crazy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of annoyed about the fact that I still think it's a bad thumbnail. I don't like the title. I don't like the thumbnail. I think I don't know how you can convey what it is without. Do you know what I mean?
Spoiling it.
Spoiling it because that is the fun of it. You start it and then you don't know.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to watch it because I don't want to watch a short film that's a Western, because I guarantee I've seen loads of them and they're nearly always bad.
I don't think I've seen a single other short film.
Quite a few, and
Western.
the problem is, I'm sorry, but without a decent budget, you cannot make it work.
Oh yeah, no, you do need the budget, don't you?
Yeah, I think there are ways to get around it and do some cool little things, but I feel like 90% of the time the production design's awful, and that immediately takes me out of whatever it is. I feel like I don't want to be rude, but I feel like a lot of the people who make Western short films aren't particularly great filmmakers, or putting too much effort in as much as they just
I think it's a similar thing with a war story.
100%.
It's people get it in their heads and they're just like, oh, I want to make a war story or a Western, because it's like
how the fuck do you do that?
Exactly, with no real thought into the massive amount of challenges that you're going to go up against.
And the problem is it's never... Because I think you can, again, do it cleverly and get around the budget constraints sometimes.
Yeah, I think this does a fairly good job.
Oh, it 100% does. Again, though, it does have probably a decent budget, technically.
It probably does, yeah.
And I think this one, more than anything, this has a really, really solid script. Such a good script.
Yeah, such a good gimmick.
Every single line's funny. It flows perfectly. The actors elevate it massively. The two brothers are hilarious. And the dad of the other two brothers,
the one who's sleeping with the sheep,
fucking great.
Yeah,
just his small moment where he is like, I want to retract that statement.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, okay, something like that. Something about his deliveries is so spot on. And yeah, those two brothers are hilarious. I mean, the very first bit where it's they were gonna shoot him. They're there to collect the bounty, and then he turns around. He's like, is that true? He's like, no. It's fantastic. I love that stuff. Awkward, Like,
so good.
stupid humor. The thing of
Yeah.
him like saying he was gonna tell him to turn around and shoot him in the back, and then his brother being like, "You're gonna do that again?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "No." It's really good. Yeah, it's just really fucking solid. Like, it's funny.
Very good.
How long was it?
8 minutes something.
Flies by. It feels like
I think it does. The script does such a good job of folding so many characters into the mix.
Yeah.
Keeping it interesting the whole time. It's funny the whole way
very
through.
funny.
The manages to make revealing that information interesting every single time.
Yeah.
Because there's
Could easily
there's a
fall
lot.
flat, yeah.
Exactly. Which is something that I think we have mentioned before. I mentioned it last week with Prom Dress, where they're like, it's just question and answer, find a more interesting way to reveal that information, and that's what this does. Like, you could very easily fall into the trap of just presenting this information in an unfunny and repetitive way, but it does such a good job of like keeping you interested and like, oh, what are they gonna say next? Like,
I don't know how they got Nick Offerman. I don't know if it was a favor for one of them, but whoever managed to get him on board, what a choice, because like his voice is so distinct, so perfect for that role.
Great narrator voice.
Yeah, exactly. And,
I think,
just for the
I think for
idea of it being a Western,
I
just
think
feels
it
right.
is.
I will say it gave me vibes of the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I've not seen it.
Very good Netflix anthology film by the Coen brothers. It gave me vibes of that, and that's like a high compliment. It's like it genuinely feels that good. Like it feels like it could be a moment in that film. If that makes sense, it feels like it could have been one of the anthology stories. Weirdly, like I don't know, there's something about it. Yeah, I think it's very good. It's very good. I don't really have any complaints about it. It's like other than the thumbnail and the title, but like.
I don't know why is it called the Gunfighter?
Is it the Gunfighter? I thought it was Gunslinger.
No, I think it's called the Gunfighter.
Oh, that is weird.
It's
I
very
assumed
odd.
it was Gunslinger.
It's the Gunfighter. It should be the Gunslinger.
Yeah, no.
If you're going to go for that title.
Then I don't know what else I would call it. Like, but I don't like either of those names for it.
I prefer the Gunslinger.
The Gunslinger, yeah, but I mean, like,
better title.
Even then, I'm like, it doesn't really speak to the film. I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
I feel like, I don't know. And I get what they're trying to do with it. But again, I think maybe it's just because of preconceived notions, but it made me not want to watch it.
That's
and I
fair
wonder
enough.
if there are other people who did the same thing.
Well, that's why the brackets, best short film ever.
Yeah, I should have paid attention to the brackets. I never read brackets. It's a thing of mine.
If you see brackets,
I don't read it.
You actually don't know any release dates.
When I did my GCSEs, maths was so difficult. It was like they'd just be like, "You haven't done half of it." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "In here," and I'm like, "Where?" And they're like, "In the brackets." I'm like, "I didn't read that. I didn't read brackets." Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's not really much to complain about, is there?
No, it's very solid.
It's a solid package.
It's I don't know. It's just good, and the actors are all pretty great in it. I liked the main guy, the gunfighter, I guess.
Yes.
Do they call him a gunfighter in it? I swear they must call him a gunslinger.
In the very first sentence, Nick Offerman's like, "Oh, the weary gunfighter comes into the bar."
Weird.
The weary gunfighter walks slowly through the saloon. Yeah, that's the first line.
I liked the joke about the bartender as well. That was funny. Where they're like, they all kind of gave themselves like a pat on the back for being so progressive. And he's like, thanks. Like, that was funny.
Yeah, it was a good joke.
And the thing about the wife.
Good jokes. It was just all good jokes.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Where they were like, oh yeah, everyone slept with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about how this came about and like how many versions of the script there were before they proceeded. I don't know if anything was improvised maybe on set. I definitely feel like some of the stuff where it's like, like the stuff like the guy's like, I want to retract that last thing I said about being.
Oh no, I think that was written.
I think like don't get me wrong. I think like obviously the core of that is written.
Yeah.
But I mean like I wonder how much play they had with how they said it.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd be so interested. I feel like they came up with the gimmick first, right?
100%.
The narrator, and you can hear the narrator.
Yeah.
And
they
then
didn't come up with it.
Huh?
They didn't come up with it.
No.
Strange in Fiction.
This was better.
You haven't seen Strange in Fiction?
When did Strange in Fiction come out?
2007, I want to say off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
If I'm right, I'm a genius. Can I just say that?
Shall I look it up?
If it's on the, I want you to put it on the screen right now, saying Alex is a fucking genius.
What year?
Stranger Than Fiction, I think 2007.
This means I get to use that soundbite of you saying you're an idiot.
Oh, what was it?
2006.
Oh, fuck off. 1 year. I must have got it in 2007.
That's a lot of days.
Wait a minute. No, I'm double checking this. Wait a minute.
I want to actually look at the release date and see how close you were.
Do you know what it would be? It's because I got it on December 2006.
No, I've got November.
United Kingdom.
Oh, 1st December. Yeah, so you're 30 days off. That's
bullshit. That's absolute bullshit.
Sorry, there's no
and do you know what it is?
room here.
Do you know what it is? It's the fact that, like, in 2007, I was, like, what, 12? 11, 12? And it's like I didn't go to the cinema to see Stranger Fiction. I got it on DVD, which I would have got in 2007.
Yeah, you would have.
Fuck. Bullshit. I was talking about DVD release date.
No one's actually going to hear this. They're just going to hear you saying, I'm an idiot,
No,
over and over and over.
You can't edit me to say whatever you want. Alright, Jake? I don't like you, Jake. I think you're the worst. And I'm the best. You can't edit me to change what I'm saying. Okay? That's not a thing you can do.
You don't know how much power I have. I feel like I have you saying every word.
What? No. No. What are the worst thing you can make me say is?
Oh, I wonder.
Because I can make me say worse.
I guess you can. Should we turn this into a competition?
Yeah, who can make me say the worst thing?
It just turns out bad for you.
Yeah, no matter what.
Regard.
I win, but I lose.
You always
or
lose.
I lose and I lose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to win and lose. Obviously. Where would you rank it?
I mean, it is really good, isn't it?
It is.
Are you considering?
It's definitely, I'm in my head, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, Stickle Monster's 3 minutes.
Gonna have to find a way to get rid of that.
What?
Stickle
I mean,
Monster.
we will find a film one day. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but again, in my head, it's just like the conciseness of Stickle Monster and how effective it is wins it for me.
Yeah.
Whereas I really like this and I really don't have it like any complaints. Like, it's funny. It's like it's not like it's not that it's too long because it does fly by, and it's the production design and everything. The cinematography is pretty great, but like Tickle Monster is just so effective in so like way less time, and like I don't know, it's just so solid. I'm sorry, but like that's it.
Yeah, so it's
We will find something that...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what's been the closest to knocking it off.
Will the Machine, I think you said, was quite close.
Yeah, that's definitely up there, but then I had issues with that.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, again, Tickle Monster and this, I don't. But then I would say that maybe, weirdly, Will the Machine was closer than this was. I want to say the second Hero film, the remake, was maybe the closest. I really like that.
Interesting.
I think it just has a lot of stuff that I enjoy in terms of a screenplay, like with the flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And the way it's telling a story. And the fourth wall breaks, I think, are really effective in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's been the closest.
Ah, fair enough.
So it is possible.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not so far.
No.
No, doesn't mean anything.
What about you, though?
I don't think it's going to knock it off.
No?
I don't think so. I think it's just... I mean, it's so good. It had me laughing the whole way through.
Yeah, same.
It's just... There's something about, like, a low budget that I really like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, being
Yeah.
able to pull something off with no budget. I guess Hero's another one that's in that.
Definitely.
No
It's
budget
like
category.
It's just in his apartment or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I guess that means that Prom Dress isn't my favourite in that category anymore. Because Hero is...
Oh, no.
What a shame. Maybe I'll change it. I don't know. Yeah, I just... It's... it's too perfect.
Yeah.
It's too perfect.
I think that is it, weirdly.
Yeah.
Which is such a horrible thing to
I know.
like...
It's
Imagine losing a competition because you're too perfect.
Yeah.
You're too good at it.
You got...
Sorry, you did amazingly. You did better than everyone, but because of that,
you can't win.
You can't win. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just like there's just something that I think maybe it's just because where we are in making films and stuff, it's like it's more relatable.
Yeah, it doesn't
like
connect as much.
This film, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm like, oh well, yeah. If anyone had that much budget, well, not anyone, but like
Yeah, I know
if I had that much budget, I'd love to be able to make a film like that. Or like I think it wouldn't be as hard. Kind of, there's not as much. I'm sure there is in different ways, but there's not as much of a struggle to get the film
No, I know
made.
what you mean. It's there's more hands on deck. You're working with professionals, I'm assuming, in his like situation.
Oh, almost definitely.
Whereas like just again going back to Prom Dress, it was like all her friends, it seems, both acting and doing all of the crew stuff, and she edited it, wrote it, and directed it herself. So like it is just a different struggle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
What?
I got a budget.
How much? Is it the most?
Very surprising, no.
No.
Well, tied.
25,000.
Yeah. Interesting.
Dollars. Who does that tie with?
World Machine and pretty much Smoke's Delight.
Yeah,
that was around that much.
Like
I think it was
21?
like 23,
Oh, 23.
21 or 23, something around that.
That makes sense.
Which is very surprising. I thought it'd have to be higher than that.
Yeah.
But maybe because it's one location, they just poured all of the money into production.
Yeah, it could be that.
I don't know. But yeah, not as much as I was expecting it to be.
No.
So yeah.
Interesting.
It's not as high.
No.
It's probably top 5, right?
I think so. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But you'll find out more about that at the end of the season, won't you? When we do Alex and Jake's top 5.
Oh, God. What does that sound like?
Sounded horrible. Are we wrapping it up?
Yeah, I think we are.
Have you got any more thoughts and opinions?
I've got loads of thoughts and opinions.
Any that we'd actually want to hear?
I think the energy crisis right now is a bit bad.
A bit bad?
A bit bad.
Mostly good though, right?
A bit bad.
No, it is a bit bad.
As a CEO of BP, it's kind of great, but it's definitely a bit bad. I will not deny. But making lots of money.
Cool. All right. Should we hear another one of those little ditties that you've got?
I do the same one every single time. The closing ditty for this week is the same as every week's, and it's short take with Alex and Jake.
It's definitely over.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
Why do you... Oh my gosh, you're so insecure about my ditties.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to cut them out next season.
No.
I need to think of new jokes.
Oh, bloody hell. What you do? I'm thinking of new jokes every single time I do a ditty.
New and better jokes.
God. What could you do instead of a ditty? What could I do different every week?
Well, you already do the Alexopsis.
That's true. We're doing 2 at the same time. We fucked it. We could have done the Alexopsis next season.
Yeah.
Oh well.
We'll just keep... Maybe we can do the Jacobsis next season.
Oh God.
It doesn't really have the same ring to it, does it?
No.
Is there another word for synopsis? I don't know. We do Jake's fun facts.
Yeah.
Not as good. Thanks for listening.
You'll hear us next week, but we'll see you.
Exactly.
I'm holding up a letter C that I cut out with paper.
Great. Very crafty.
Thank you.
I'll link the short film below, and I'd say go check it out.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
good.
Definitely check it out. Again, pretty perfect.
This person hasn't done anything else, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing much
Don't
else.
check it out then.
No, they seem like they're...
Watch Pam and Tommy.
Yeah, because they switched to editing instead.
And The Good Place.
Yeah, which is good. All of our socials are down there as well if you want to check them out.
Oh, look at them all. I can see them.
Crazy.
Look, I'm looking at them.
And we'll see you next week. But you won't see us.
I've said that. They'll hear us next week. But we'll see them.
I think you said it too early. I think we need to say it then.
Sorry I said it. Just edit it. Move it when I said it to here.
I will.
You'll hear us next week, but we'll see you.
Bye.
Did I just do it?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, sick.
Bye.
Oh, bye.